Hi, everyone. I wanted to show you how you can do a payment request and then where that goes and why that's an important way to collect a payment from your client. So the first step is going to be going over to your settings and scrolling down, and you will see a spot that says Manage User API Forms. You're going to click on that. And once you do, it's going to open this screen. Okay, so this screen here at the top, see it says API forms. Don't ask me what API means. I'm not really sure. But anyway, you'll see the API forms here. There's 3 of them. There's a registration form, which I talked about in a different video, which is a great way to collect a trip request, a reservation request from a client. Then there is your payment form option, and then the trip form. So the trip lead one is, I believe a lot of you are using the trip lead one now, which is awesome. And that's a great way to, share that on your Facebook pages and have that be the way that a client, puts in initial information. But the one I want to talk to you about today is the payment form. So you'll see the links here. These are the links that you're going to share. As I said, many of you are already sharing this travel lead form link. So you have that. But the other one would be, there's the registration form, which I actually call a reservation request, not registration, but it is a way for a client to just register in the system. But it will populate as a reservation. So I never send this to them unless there's a reservation that we're working on. I just sent it to a client today, as a matter of fact. But the payment one is the one that I really want you to try to use anytime you're collecting a payment. Even if, I even encourage clients, or for you guys to do this with clients that want to pay over the phone, and you just really got to explain to them that this is a secured system. A way to get the information to you. Now, the payment forms do not have the security code spot, which most, if not all, vendors require when collecting payment. There is a way to add that. I think technically we're not supposed to store that information. I have added it to my payment form. So if you look here in the payment form optional fields, you will see some different things that I've added that if you go to yours, you might not see this. I'm not quite sure if what I do translates to you since I'm an admin, but this is what I have in there, and I'm happy to share it with you if yours is not there so that you can put it in. I have my comments that this is simply a secure form to share your payment information with me. The payment will be processed by me to the supplier that you are booked with within 1 business day of you submitting this form. If you have any questions or concerns, please email me. This is important because a lot of clients think they're filling out this payment form and that it's going directly to the supplier. I don't think most of them read this because I get a lot of questions being worried that they're going to make a mistake. And I always tell them, like, well, if there's a mistake made, you just let me know and I can fix it because it's just coming to me. It's not going directly to the supplier. So that's an important little note to include in there. Then also I have a payment insurance disclaimer, and I put in there some information about travel protection. And I just say clients understand that they cannot purchase the cancel for any reason insurance within 21 or within 14 days. It's actually 21. I always tell clients 14 because that gives me a little wiggle room. Within 14 days of the deposit being paid, other insurance options will be an option up until final payment. If you answer yes here, I will send you further information on your insurance options. If you answer no, I will ask again before final payment to be sure that you do not want to insure your travel. The reason being is that a lot of times suppliers will let you add some sort of insurance right up to final payment. And then our company that we use is a third-party insurer. You can add it pretty much anytime. But if a lot of clients don't read this either because I say if you answer yes, I will just reach out to you with further information and details. They think if they answer yes or no, then it's a finalized decision. So I always make sure they know if they answer yes, I am just going to send them information on the insurance. And this is very important because you need to have in writing somewhere whether or not your client said yes or no to insurance. If they say yes, and then you send them information and they say no, thank you, you need to get that in writing. It's very, very important, because if they come back and say, oh, so-and-so never offered me insurance and they ended up needing it for their trip for one reason or another, you can get in a lot of trouble if you don't have proof showing, yes, I did offer you insurance and you said no. So then again, I have here, thank you for submitting your payment. I'll be sure to process it quickly and send you over a receipt. Have a great day. So all of this was, I typed this in. The next thing here is, please upload any relevant files. So if the client had to upload anything, they could. And then here are some things that I don't have checked off, basically because I already have an insurance thing in there. And I think honestly, that he added some of these later. So I'm actually going to add them to my payment form, such as show gift card as a payment type, because I do, you know, some clients want to pay with like a Disney gift card for their trips, or even like a Disney rewards, like the rewards card for their Disney visas. So that's an important thing to include. And I'm not going to worry about the insurance one because I made my own and I don't know what that looks like right now. So there you have it. And then right here is where I added my travel insurance, yes or no. And I have it going in after the email spot. And then it will go in my comment section of the payment when I will show you what that looks like. And then again, I added the spot for the security code for the credit card. And I have that going in after the expiration date, and that also goes into the comment section. So those are two things that I added myself, which again, if you don't have that and you want to, that's how you could do that. So once you scroll down below, I'm going to actually hit save since I made a change to mine. But once you scroll down below, you'll see these links. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to click on the payment form link. And then in a lot of emails, there's a way to, you know, put a link into text. But if you're not sure how to do that, you can just copy and paste the link and put that link right into the email and say, hey, click this. And this is where you can make your payment securely to me. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you what that payment form looks like when they open it up. So now they've gotten their link and they're going to receive it and they're going to put in their information. So first is going to be their confirmation number. As you'll see, it's not marked with a star, but it is actually required. It will not accept the payment without a confirmation number. So you're going to need to do that. Then they'll put in their name, their email, yes or no to the travel insurance. I actually have an option on mine that says I'm unsure on insurance. And then another note about the cancel for any reason. So that's more like, hey, I want to get you know, information. This is, yes, I definitely want it. So this is when I know that they don't always read everything I send. So they have to pick one of those. Then their credit card type. And as you can see, Disney gift card and gift card is there. So they can put in, you know, the credit card that they want. So if it was a Disney gift card, they're going to put in their card number. The problem with the Disney gift card, they're just going to have to make up an expiration date, and same with other gift cards, because obviously there's not an expiration date on them. The security code is on the back of a Disney gift card as well as a credit card. And then the name on their card, billing address, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The important thing down here is, again, I have a disclaimer about that I read to you when we were looking at my form. They're going to click agree, put in the date, and then type their name, and that's binding. So that is an authorization form that they have now filled out, giving you permission to do a payment. And a couple other reasons why this is important is, let's say there's somebody that's making payments on their trip, not necessarily paying it in full, and they, you know, send a payment form to you and they want to pay $1,000. But they want to pay $100, but they accidentally type in $1,000 and you make the payment for $1,000. And now they come back to you and they're mad. Well, you have this form, which will be in the CRM, and I'll show you where in a second, that you can pull up and say, you know, so-and-so this says that you wanted $1,000 payment. From there, you can rectify it. You can contact the supplier and see if they can cancel the payment, etc. But it's not your fault, and it's shown there. So this is a really good way to make sure you're covered and that everything's fine. So once a client does their payment request, it's going to show up in two places. So one is going to be your email, and you'll see I did a dummy one here just to show, but it says notification, new web vacation CRM payment request. So if you open that, you'd see it. And then because I did it as me, I actually can see what the client sees. And this is what they're seeing on their side, including the amount. So that's their opportunity to reply, because that reply will go to you and say, oh my gosh, I meant to say 100. Then you could get in trouble if they catch you fast enough to doing that. So that's what they'll get as a confirmation to make sure it looks secure. So this is what you'll get. And it just shows, somebody is doing this payment. Here's the information, blah, 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 blah. So we'll go here, and on the welcome screen, you'll also see it. So it would be in your agent reminders. And my agent reminders, I really utilize this a lot. So it might not be as busy for you depending on how you like to organize life. But I really use this. So you'll see 12/20/2002. I have a request for a web payment request. So if I click on it, and this is an old trip of ours that we took, but if I click on it, I'll see it takes me right to the payment. And in that spot, I'm going to see the confirmation number. I'm going to see, you can show the credit card, which is 1234, 1234. Like, I just obviously made something up here, guys. So that's all in there. If you scroll down, you can see there's the amount they want to pay. Important for you to pay attention to. Yes, they want insurance. There's their security code. So all of this is obviously not real, but when your client is doing it, it would all be in there. And then you can hide it. Like if you were on a plane and you just needed to real quick copy and paste, you could do that, or in public. So, and it shows what confirmation it goes with. And then some other things that's nice is you can update the profile with that information. So I could hit this and this would save the credit card right to my profile. And that way you have that client's information, for future payments. I just always recommend either sending them the payment form again, as annoying as it might be for them to fill out again, having them fill it out for every payment, or you get it in writing via email. Do you want me to charge to the card ending in 1234 that you used for your deposit or your previous payment? So there's where the payment will show up. You can get all the information, go to the vendor's site, whether it's Disney, Universal, whomever, and input the information because you'll have everything you need. And then the one other thing I wanted to show you was right here is the submitted form. So this is the form that the client filled out agreeing to make this payment to you. So if you click on it, this is where you have this information. If the client were ever to come back and say something to you later, oh, I said no to insurance. Well, it would, I don't know why that's not showing, but because I said accept travel protection. So up here, it should have said yes. I don't know why that's not showing there, but you can see that I said accept. This would be filled in if I said decline, any other, but there it is. There's the signature. So this is all going to be very helpful to cover you. Like if this said decline and I came back and I was like, you know what? I told you I wanted insurance and now look at this, my flights were canceled or this happened or that happened and I don't have insurance, and I can go back and pull this up and send it to them as a PDF and say, no, ma'am, you did not. It says right here, you declined it. So this is a very helpful tool to not only show that they accepted the payment amount that they wanted to make and make sure you have all the correct information, but also to help with travel protection and any kind of issues you might run into there. Because this is, they're agreeing to it. They're signing their name virtually. So from there, that is how you do a payment. So it's a lot of steps. I know it sounds like a lot of steps, but overall it's really not, all that bad. I'm going to go back into this trip and delete this payment because it's not real. But as you can see, it's a nice, secure way to take care of, making sure that you are covering yourself, securely getting that client's credit card information. You're going to have clients that are like, oh, I'll text it to you, I'll email it to you. No, because God forbid it gets stolen. They're going to be like, well, you're the only one I gave my credit card information to. Well, yeah, I am, but you also gave it to me in a very non-secure way. So this is a nice, secure way to make sure that you're getting that client's information. So that's about it for how to use the payment form and where you will find it on the CRM. Thanks, guys.